Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another die-cast restoration video. Well, I hope you're all keeping well since the last video, and looking forward to this one. Now, I did have a bit of trouble again with this one, mostly with my decals. Now, there was nothing wrong with the decals. They were extremely good decals from Black Square, and it was entirely my fault. I was showing you how I would lacquer over the decals by hand after the last restoration catastrophe, or if you're Jersey like me, you'd say catastrophe, eh? But after that, when the decals went all ripply when I sprayed lacquer over them, and I said I wouldn't do it again, so I thought, well, I'll do it by hand this time because that usually works. But it didn't. I ended up rubbing part of the last decal I ended up rubbing part of it off. So long story short, I had to order another set of decals, and I did manage to cover the broken decal with the new one, and you don't really notice it too much. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up because I haven't looked back. As I'm filming this now, I haven't looked back at all my clips yet. I haven't put them together, obviously, and I will see then. But unless you look through a magnifying glass, to the naked eye, it looks fine. So anyway, we'll see. So this model was very kindly donated to me by Mr. David Yates, another model. He sent me a lot of models, and it's my first spot-on model that I've ever had, and that's by Triang, and it is a United Dairies milk float, and that's the red and white one. And I had to get a few reproduction parts for this one because there were a few bits missing, but it didn't turn out too bad in the end. I was very pleased with the way it did turn out, so I hope you will be too. And thank you very much, David, for sending me this one. And yeah, all there is really is to say, please sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one. Right, okay, let's take a closer look at this one. Now, I've put a sticker on because I was doing a few together and I didn't want to get mixed up with who gave me what, so I put the sticker on to remind me this is from Mr. David Yates. It was very kindly donated by him, and it's my first spot-on model that I've ever had. So I'm really pleased to have this one. Now let's take a closer look. So we got a couple of cracks in the window unit. It's not bad, but I will change it. I have got some reproduction parts. There's a bag full of reproduction parts for this one. So that I've got the milk crates that go on the back. And the bars that go across here, new window unit, a driver and a steering wheel. It's got a bent pillar, window pillar at the front there, but other than that It's got its tyres. It's all pretty straight. We've got to get the base off to get the tyres off. The base comes off, one rivet at the front, and it's like a tongue that fits in the groove on the back. So yeah, I mean it's a nice model. Nice model, really nice. I'm really pleased with this one. You know, really this is a model that just basically needs painting. You know, there's very little wrong with it. Okay, so I'm going to get my tin lid and then we'll get this base off. Okay. Right, okay, we've got the rivet drilled out. So get that off, let's see what's underneath. Yeah, this is a bit awkward to get out. It's just a little bit tight. Okay. Oh, this is because it's got these two pillars here. I can't slide it forward to get that tongue out the back. Hang on, let's see if I can just lever it a little bit. This is going to be difficult to get in. Because this seat's in the front and the floor and all that is riveted in from that way. So really, that needs to come off really to get it out. But I don't want to be doing that. Wonder. Because as soon as you pull it out this way, it kind of pushes itself back into the tongue. Okay, so just prise it gently out. That's going to be a bit of a bugger getting that back in, to be honest. See, you've got a rivet here, and a rivet here. But they're going to have to come out. They're going to have to come out to get the wheels off. So I'm going to have to drill them. But this one, yeah, there's not much to drill out on it. Ooh. I thought this was going to be a little bit more straightforward than this, but no. Because this is going to have to be definitely separated anyway. So we're going to have to drill those out. I've drilled it a little bit. I don't want to take too much off it. Might help if I tighten that up. Okay, these back ones you got more of a post, so they're not a problem. Flipping drills is as blunt as anything now. I know I keep saying it every model I do. Right, let's see. Okay, that one's off, so that can be glued back. Right, these I have not drilled quite enough, I don't think. Need a bigger screwdriver. Again, I don't want to have too much out of it. It might be better just to glue these back as they are. There. Oopsie. There. I think I will do that, just glue them back as they are. Okay, so that's that. So that's ready for the caustic. And wheels, that should just polish up. Tyres. Tyres are good, nice tyres. That wheel's got a bit of a dunk in it. Looks like somebody's tried to get those off in the past with the pliers or something. I'll try and straighten them. I might have to file them a bit. Or just that wheel. I'm going to have to put all this in a tub. Front wheel's off. So there's not much that holds that in, just an axle on one side. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so I definitely think that's the best way of putting this back, is just to push it and glue it. There, clicks in now, but I don't know what it'll be like when it's painted. Right, so caustic, and now we've got to get this window unit out, so that's quite a big rivet in there. Do I drill that? I might drill that, I don't know. Yeah, do a bit more. Almost there. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's about it. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Almost. bit more. God, that's well stuck in, that one. I'm sure I've drilled enough now. Okay, that's it out. She's out. Okay. So it was just a little bit around the edges, it's still holding it. Okay, so that's ready for the caustic. Okay, so I'll see you over at the caustic soda bath then. Okay, so the water's boiled. The model parts are in the tub. So put the boiling water in. Hope it's not going to cloud the lens up too much. Right, I'm going to put my mask on. And then in with the caustic. There we go. Well, the water's going red very quickly, so that's a good sign. So that's nearly all gone already. That's brilliant. Oop. Don't want to drop that in. Oh, nearly gone off the base. The white's taking a bit longer, but it's still coming off well. Okay, so we're going to do as usual. Just leave it a few more minutes, and then I'll wash all the bits, and then next time you see them it'll be all wire wooled, wire brushed, whatever, all cleaned up, ready for putting the primer on the bench. So we'll see you over on the bench. Okay, that's it, all cleaned up, ready for putting the primer on. So I wire wheeled it, and then I've cleaned it with methylated spirits. So the sun's come out, it's been raining, and sun's come out, so I'm going to go outside and spray it. Okay, so we'll come back to it when I've put the primer on. Okay, that's the primer all done. Done alright. Base. And the sort of interior. So it's all different colours. I've got to paint this. This I'm going to paint red because this part of the roof's got to be white. So I'll paint the red first and spray the white over the top. This bit I think is white, and the base is going to be grey. Light grey, almost the colour it is there. I could almost just lacquer that, to be honest. Save a bit of time. But I think I will spray it with proper grey paint. Okay, so I'm going to go out and do that now. It's a lovely day. Perfect for doing this. No wind, sun's out. It's great. So I'll get back to you when I've done that. Okay, so I've got these parts painted. I did use the high coat, what was it? Post office, is it post office red? Yeah, it says Van Post Office red. I don't think it drying quite as quick. I mean, it's lovely weather, but I don't think it dried quite as quick as my Holt Soda spray. So It's been 24 hours. I'm going to leave it another 24 hours before I mask it off to do the white part of this roof. I'll have to mask all that off. So yeah, I'll make sure. Don't want to do any cock-ups. The base I did spray with another grey, so I've got a lacquer that. And then this part I've sprayed it appliance white. Don't know whether to give it another coat or not. I might give it another coat when I do the roof. Okay, so that's where I'm up to so far, so I'll come back to you when it's time for masking. Okay, I've got this masked up, so I'm going to go out and spray the white on this bit. Okay. Right, okay, we're just about ready to put this back together. It's not going to be easy. What I'm going to do, I'll put these crates of milk bottles in after I've put the base on. Now I've already put the window unit in. It's not a good one, it's not a great one, it's a reproduction one. It's cloudy. I did try to clean it as best I can, but it hasn't come up. I guess it's just the plastic they make it of these days. It's not as good as the old stuff. I've put the reproduction steering wheel in and the driver. I've had to glue him in. So when you put the base on, you can't do it before putting it into the body of the milk float. You've got to put the white piece in first, and then and then the base, and then join them together in situ, because the way it's made, you can't get this tongue in. If its base is fixed to that, you can't get the tongue in and get this part into there. It's got like these ridges down there each side, and it stops it. You can't put it in at an angle, so you have to put this piece in first. Well, that's what I found anyway. Right, so we'll drop that in gently there, and you've got to try and keep that straight. That's the only thing. Okay, now we need to put the axle in, the back axle. I've put the tyres on, I've polished the wheels up. This one has only got an axle on one side, so that goes in like that, and then it's going to be a case of I can't turn it over because the blasted wheels will fall off. How am I going to do this now? This is really awkward. It's an awkward model to put together. Right, so I've got to try and get this little tongue here into this groove, which is a lot easier said than done. I apologise if you can't see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, it's going in, I think, slowly. The paint is making it a bit difficult. Right. Oh, get in there. It likes to dance about a little bit. Right. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to glue this now. So a bit of glue in that rivet head, and then that one, and one in there. So it's not the easiest of things, like I said, to do. Right, let's get the glue. Right. no nozzle. Actually, move this out the way. I think my glue lid's stuck, so I'll have to get it off with the pliers. I haven't done anything since coming back from holiday, so 3 weeks ago. Right, okay, we got the gluing stick. So put a bit in there, in that one, and put a bit in that one. Sorry if I'm going out of shot. Okay, so I'll hold that there for a minute, and then once that's gone off a bit, then I'll do the front one. Right, I think those are dried enough, so try and get a bit inside here. There. So we'll leave that a bit, and I need to keep it squeezed together. So hopefully that will stick together okay. Right, okay, I think that's okay now. I've got the rivet here to put in the underneath, so I'll turn him over, and then we'll use the old Corgi Bob glue stick, glue applicator. It's getting a bit gunky. Okay, put a bit too much there again. That's my favourite pastime, putting too much glue. There we go, push that in. At least it shouldn't come out, eh? Okay, so we'll leave that dry for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it to put the crates in. Okay, that should be dry enough now. So what we're going to do is put the crates in. So the way to do that, I think, is in through the side, like so, and then you've got two little pegs, you can see them, that fit into those two holes there. So if I can just get that in the right place. They don't go all the way up, there is a gap there. I don't know if that's just the way they're made or whether the originals went right up, I'm not sure. I have had to cut a bit off the edges of them with a knife, because the crates didn't fit in there properly. I couldn't get them in. Right, so also I've got these rails, which are Repro ones, model supplies, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get them in with those crates, because there doesn't seem to be enough room. A little bit on the thick side to get in there. And there's a bit of a casting line there that's sort of stopping them. Don't know if I can get that in without damaging the paint. That's Don't want to do that. Try see if I can get a screwdriver in there. A little tiny one. I don't want to slip. Get that in. There. Trouble is I've bent that a bit now trying to get it in. That's been a pain in the bloody arse, this is. I've chipped the top of the bloody white there now. I'm going to have to mess around with this off camera, see if I can get it on. Okay, that should be dry enough now. So what we're going to do is put the crates in. So the way to do that, I think, is in through the side, like so. And then you've got two little pegs, you can see them, that fit into those two holes there. So if I can just get that in the right place. They don't go all the way up, there is a gap there. I don't know if that's just the way they're made or whether the originals went right up, I'm not sure. I have had to cut a bit off the edges of them with a knife. Because the crates didn't fit in there properly. I couldn't get them in. Right, so also I've got these rails, which are Repro ones, model supplies, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get them in with those crates, because there doesn't seem to be enough room. A little bit on the thick side to get in there. And there's a bit of a casting line there that's sort of stopping them. Don't know if I can get that in without damaging the paint. Don't want to do that. Try see if I can get a screwdriver in there. A little tiny one. I don't want to slip. Get that in. There. Trouble is I've bent that a bit now trying to get it in. That's been a pain in the bloody arse, this is. I've chipped the top of the bloody white there now. I'm going to have to mess around with this off camera, see if I can get it on. Right, okay, I've had some fun and games doing that, and these bottom ones, I have glued this one, but they're too short, they're too long rather, and they're bending. I can't get them to stay straight. Both of them are too long. I've got the top ones on. I've had to glue down these crates because they kept popping up. Yeah, this it's just impossible to keep that straight because the rails are too long. But anyway, that will have to do. Now what I've got to do now is the detailing. I've got some decals. I bought these because they got gold in them. For up there, they're from Black Square, whatever they are, Black Square decals, Black Square, and I'll have to cut them out. The only thing that doesn't come with them is a number plate, so I'm going to have to make those myself. So I'm going to do that. That blasted windscreen's annoying me because it's not clear at all. You can't even see the driver properly through it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so the detailing, I've got to put the lights, the indicators, the two lights on the front. There's not a lot on this one, to be honest. I want to put it back sort of more or less how the original was. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'll do the detailing off camera and then we'll come back and then we'll put these decals on. Okay, catch you in a bit. Right, decal time. Now I had some number plates I made with stickers or on sticker paper for Ford Transits. I know you're probably going to tell me, oh that's wrong, that shouldn't be on that, because I haven't got a clue how your number plates work in England. In Jersey we've got J in front, J obviously for Jersey. If you got a few quid behind you, they started doing JSY at the beginning. Not for the likes of people like me, I'm afraid. But anyway, yeah, so these I had made a little while ago when I did the Ford Transit, the Kenwood one, and I made a few, and they're the right size, they're on the black background, so I thought I'll use them rather than having to go to all the effort of you know, going with my laptop and having to make the number plate and then print it, and then, you know, you've got to lacquer what you've printed and then leave it, and then before you can use it. So these are sticker ones I've made previously, as I said. So what I'll do, I've stuck them on and I'm just going to put some hand lacquer over them once I've put the water slide decals on. So front and back. I've done these little lights in the front in silver, just normal silver, and on the back I've done the rear light and indicators, and I've got this number plate very slightly cockeyed, but I don't want to move it in case I damage the model. Right, yeah, I did have to glue, I think, did I tell you? I can't remember. I did have to glue these milk bottles down. I put a bit of glue in there because they were lifting up, and these bars here, what a pain in the arse. I've had to glue that one and that one. The top one I haven't, but they're too long. The shorter ones are too long. They got a bow in them, as you can see with that one. But there you go, that's repro parts. Okay, so I've got these water slide decals here. The front one, United Dairies, that's from Black Square. I've cut them out. I hope I haven't cut them too close. So we're going to have a go putting them on now. get my stronger glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Right, maybe try one of those. I'll put him in the water and we'll see. It's not one of my strong points is doing these water slide decals. That's why when I make my own, I make a good batch of them, so you know I've got a bit of backup if I make a cock up. But with these I've got to get them first time, otherwise I'm stuffed and I'll have to buy some more. But like I say, those of you that have seen me put them on in the past will know putting decals, water slide decals on is not my strong point, that's for sure. Right, the one I'm most dreading is the one that goes on the front. There we go, we're starting to slide, yeah. Okay, let's see. These are a bit just. Oop. Oh, I hate doing this. Oh, see? This is what happens to me, and then try and roll it to get the water out, the bubbles out from underneath. Okay, well, I messed that one up a little bit at the end there. Don't know if you can see it, that yellow bit. It's not too bad, it's just a little bit squished. That's what I hate doing. Excuse me. I hate doing these flipping decals. Look, even that, those crates haven't gone 100%. They're not a very good fit either. Right, let's have a go with the other one. So we'll chuck him in the water and we'll see. Right, let's see if it's ready to come off. Oh yeah, she's starting to slide. Okay. They're only just, well, I say they're only just, but I suppose they're a perfect fit really. I'll just sort of brush it rather than roll it because I can't do it very well. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll leave that one alone now, I think. That looks pretty good. A little bit better than the other side. just got a very slight fold up there. Okay, so we'll chuck the old front one in and see what happens here. Hopefully nothing horrible. Okay, this one's on the move. Let's get her on there. It's not a very easy one to put on actually, to be honest. To get it straight, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Now I'm not going to muck around with this one too much because you can already see the T of the United is it's starting to, the top of the T is starting to part from the bottom of the T. So I don't want to balls that up. Okay, I'm going to carry on with this off camera so I can get it straight, because I can't get where I want to get to see what I'm doing properly with the camera in the way. Okay, so I've got my lacquer there, gloss coat. So all I do, bit of gloss on the brush, and then I just paint it over that. Helps protect it a bit. I'll do the back one. There. And I'll do these back lights because I painted them in. So just put a little bit on there, and also I'll put a little bit on these lights. There you go. And then being careful not to touch everything else, I'll put some over the top of these decals. That's the way I do it, because I've had, like I say, some disasters with lacquering over the water slide decals. Usually you're okay if you do it this way. There you go. That's it. There. I mean, you do get a bit of brush marks, but usually if usually it'll the brush marks will come out. The lacquer kind of spreads and fills in the brush marks. And I'm saying that and I'm doing that, and I've just ruined the decal because it's fallen apart with the lacquer. So that's another balls up. Now I'm going to have to get another decal. There you go. So I'm not going to do that again. Never mind. Never mind. Right, okay, we got there in the end. So another set of decals later, and a few days later, I managed to put this decal over the top of the old one, what was left of the old one, so it doesn't look too bad. I'm a bit annoyed with myself. Obviously it's not going to be as good as if there was just, you know, the first one I put on there, but the rest turned out not too bad. So yeah, other than that, I'm pretty pleased with the way this one turned out. So that's it then. Another one saved, this time from the Spot On scrapyard. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Thanks again to Mr. David Yates for donating this model to me, my first Spot On model ever. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, enjoyed the cock-ups, and enjoyed watching you know, the restoration up to the finished thing. So what I'm going to do, as always, before we put it on the turntable, we're going to go outside, do some outdoor shots, and then, like I say, yeah, we'll put it back on the turntable, compare before and after. So that's it for this time. Until next time, please stay safe, look after yourselves, and then we'll see you then for another diecast restoration video. Cheerio for now. Abato. Bye bye.